It is cheesesteak night. Now, be careful. You better not call it a Philly, because if you do, the cheesesteak police will get you. So if you don't already know, an authentic Philly cheesesteak would just be steak meat, shaved steak meat, and cheese whiz. We don't like cheese whiz, and we like peppers and onions, and we like Duke's mayonnaise, and sometimes we enjoy the sauce not because the sandwich needs the sauce, but because we really like the sauce. So we're making cheesesteaks our way tonight, and here's what we're going to start with for ingredients.
So we start with some sliced green bell peppers and white onion. And this shaved steak meat I pick up at my local grocery store. It happens to be a Kroger, but I know they also sell it at Publix and Aldi and probably any of your local grocery stores. We like provolone cheese. The Blackstone cheesesteak seasoning is really good. As I've mentioned before, we love Duke's mayonnaise. We're going to pop a little A1 on these guys. And our go-to, once again, for any kind of sandwich like this is Martin's Hoagie Rolls.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, we are going to start cooking. And the first thing we're going to do is lay some oil down. And I have really gotten in the habit recently of making sure after I squirt some oil on there that I just kind of even it all out. I was doing that with a spatula before, and that worked all right. But I've started recently taking a paper towel and just making sure the whole surface is covered really well. Now, first thing we're going to put on here are our veggies, and you already saw we've got peppers and onions. And as I said, we really enjoy the Blackstone cheesesteak seasoning. It's really good stuff. And we do not hold back with the cheesesteak seasoning. I am using avocado oil, in case you were wondering. Not sure if I mentioned this before, but we are cooking everything on low right now on the griddle. So the next thing we're going to do, as we do with a lot of these meals, is to soften up these veggies, just going to cover it up. I'm going to squirt some water around because that steam is going to help soften these things up. So like most meals on the griddle, everything cooks pretty fast once you get going. So we're going to go ahead and start on this meat while those veggies are softening up. Just going to pop down a tad bit more oil. And we're going to drop that meat right down on the griddle. With this meat being shaved like this, it really cooks fast. And you got to spread it out quick, or you'll end up with these big clumps of steak when you really want it to have, you want it to be that shaved steak meat that we're all used to when we order a cheesesteak. I'm going to go ahead and pop some seasoning down on this guy. All right, the meat is just about cooked all the way through. The veggies are softening up nice. So what I like to do at this stage is I like to spread out the meat kind of in a thin layer in a big square, and I'm just going to lay down all of this provolone cheese right on top of it, maybe overlap a little bit, and I'm going to get this stuff melting, and then we're going to kind of stir it all together after it's all melted. and we'll have this meat and cheesy goodness. While we're waiting on this cheese to melt, I do have to give a quick shout out to my wife. I recently had a birthday and she surprised me with my new camping and cooking with Carrie hat, and I love it. Everything on the griddle is good to go. We're just going to take this all inside and start making us a sandwich my way. All right, it's the moment of truth, as I always say. So let's get down here and get started. As I said, we love these Martin hoagie rolls. They're really soft bread, which is what my family likes. And as I said at the beginning, don't call it a Philly, you just call it a cheesesteak, because I'm going with mayo on my bread. And I know they don't do that in Philadelphia, and I don't want the Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce calling me up, giving me a hard time about calling my cheesesteaks a Philly, because it's not. So we're gonna put some Duke's mayo on here. Make sure we cover everything really good. As I've mentioned in previous videos, Duke's mayonnaise is the only mayonnaise we use around here. All right, so we've got the mayonnaise on there. I've got this delicious cheesy meat here. And then again, not necessarily because the sandwich needs it, but because we love it, I'm going to put a little bit of A1 on the sandwich. There we go. All right. Get a good shot of that. All right, let's stuff this guy together. See what we can do with this. My goodness. Here we go. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Easy, quick meal, delicious, one of our favorites. Give it a try for yourself. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and thanks for watching.